So is the new Canson Baryta Prestige 2 the closest we can get to a darkroom print? Well, hello and welcome to this Fotospeed video with me, Tim Jones. Today what I'm going to be looking at is the new paper from Canson, the Canson Baryta Prestige 2. Now, this paper replaced the Baryta Prestige 1. And I wanted to just have a look at it because the Baryta Prestige from Canson was one of my favourite papers for black and white printing mainly. Now, anyone who's watched my best papers for black and white video will know that this was my probably go-to paper. It was kind of a bit of a battle between the Baryta Prestige and Harlan Müller's Fine Art Baryta. But for me, the Baryta Prestige, it didn't have as much gloss as the Fine Art Baryta had. And for me personally, I just preferred that look a little bit. So when they released a new version of it, I obviously have wanted to try it for a while. They've had a few little stock issues coming in, but we do have stock of it now. So I basically just wanted to print off some prints, have a look at it and see if they've improved it, made it better, or maybe it could go the other way, that they've kind of not ruined it, but kind of it's just not as nice. However, first impressions are it's pretty good, to be honest. Okay, before we get started though, please don't forget to subscribe. Just click that subscribe button in the bottom right if you haven't already. Please also don't forget to download the Fotospeed Art of Printing, our free ebook covering everything from switching your printer on to custom profiles, to screen calibration, to framing, to mounting, to bookmaking. Covers absolutely everything in there. So please just go on the Fotospeed website. I'll put a link in the description below as well, and download the Fotospeed Art of Printing. Okay, so let's have a look at the Baryta Prestige 2. So the Baryta Prestige 2 is a paper that Canson released probably a few months ago now. Baryta Prestige 2 is 140 gram GSM Baryta paper. So it has bromide sulfate in it, and so that will intensify the whites and give a rich, deep, silky black to the prints as well. So it emulates a darkroom paper because that Baryta content was also used in the darkroom as well, in fibre-based darkroom papers. So really, it's as close as you can get to a darkroom print on your home printer. Now the paper has this natural white feel to it. It's not warm, but it's just a little bit off-white, and this is because it contains no optical brightening agents, so it's perfectly archival. It's absolutely beautiful. I should note most Baryta type papers, be it from Harlan Müller, Fotospeed, Ilford, Canson, contain, generally, there are a couple that do, but generally contain no OBAs because it's got Baryta in it. That bromide sulfate acts as an optical brightening agent in it. But it's a little bit more stable and it kind of gives you a better kind of overall print, shall we say. Now, Canson do say this is the best image quality paper they've produced, shall we say. It gives you amazing tonal range, big colour gamuts as well, because I'm going to be talking about it in terms of a black and white paper because we want to know how close it can get to a darkroom print as well as the old Prestige. But it shouldn't be discounted for colour image as well. It does colour amazingly and absolutely fantastically. So it's well worth printing and having a look and seeing kind of how your colour images work on it. The makeup of the paper is, it is half alpha cellulose and half cotton. So it's a bit of a mix between the two. The byproduct of this is it feels absolutely amazing. I'll show you some prints in a minute. It feels really much like that fibre-based paper we used to get in the darkroom, which is what we're kind of looking for and hopefully trying to emulate really on our printers. But these are all kind of things that Canson put on their website and kind of read about the paper and things. But let's have a look at some prints because that's the main thing and that's kind of what counts, to be honest. So I've printed 3 pictures off, kind of giving a bit of a variation of theme in here. Now I've printed off this first picture here, which will gives a beautiful black. I wanted to just pick a picture that kind of gave me a really nice kind of deep black in there, which that one does. Then I've also done something just to measure the kind of the tonal detail and also the sharpness of the paper as well. And then also something a little bit grey, but also with a kind of a silhouette of this tree in here for the deep black, but I've got the grey and things going on in here. But let's talk a little bit about the black point first on this first picture here. Now I should talk a little bit about the texture of the paper as well. Now it feels absolutely fantastic. It feels beautiful. It's got this, I want to say it's almost got this little texture running top to bottom. So it's almost got a grain in it, but it hasn't. But it has a really, really nice kind of feel to it. It feels almost like, it's not a gloss, but it's kind of a pearly kind of feel to it, but a little bit more than a pearl. So it kind of sits in between a gloss and a pearl, to be honest. And really beautiful. The black is just silky and it's just deep and lovely. Now I should say I printed these on the P700 I've got here, and I used the photo black ink. And on the P700 I used the Baryta setting as well for these, which really did intensify things. Now I didn't use the carbon black or anything, I just printed them straight just to make it nice and fair, really, just to have a look and see how they look. And they look stunning. I mean, even the detail, because I mean this is out of focus anyway, this bit here, it was shot at night. But it's held some nice detail in here. The greys look nice. The white point of the paper is beautiful. It says it's an off-white, but really it looks like a bright white, to be honest. It is really, really nice. And as it contains no OBAs, even better. So really what I'd expect, and very similar, if not better than the old version, to be honest. So now let's look at detail and kind of what we've got in here. Now, it's lovely. It's held all the tones, absolutely lovely. I've got blown out highlights up here, right down to a deep black down the bottom here. And it's held the detail in the log and things here absolutely fantastically. It's performed how I'd expected it to, really, and I'm quite blown away by it. It is a really, really nice paper, looks great. Is there any gloss differential on here? No, none at all. I wouldn't expect any on the P700, to be honest. It looks great and looks absolutely fantastic. I think it's a beautiful print and I'd be really happy with it. Not the most exciting subject, I must add, but really, really nice. Just, it's done a really, really nice job for me. Okay, let me just get the last print up here. Okay, so this was the one I wanted to print, to be honest, this silhouette of this tree here. And it's got the lovely grey in the background. So I've gone from kind of a dark grey up here right up to kind of a light grey in the clouds and things. But I've also got this black here as well. And it just looks so glossy and satin and kind of silky and beautiful, the black. I think this paper, it needs a solid black in it. I think with mid-tones, it does absolutely fantastically. It's held all the lovely grain I've put in here. But the black, I mean, it almost just looks like it's been painted on in gloss or something. It just looks fantastic and lovely. Wow, yeah, I'm really quite blown away by it, to be honest. It's a lovely, silky, lovely black. It's just, I have to say, it's possibly my favourite black in a paper, to be honest. The D-max of this paper, so the black point of it, is incredible. Yeah, really, really happy with it. I'm tempted, I really want to kind of compare it against the Fine Art Baryta from Haarlemühle, because it'd be really interesting to see kind of how they perform against each other. So maybe I'll do that in a later video. But to be honest, it's beautiful, it's stunning. It does what it says on the box, to be honest. I can't really say much more than that. It is a beautiful fine art paper that delivers beautiful blacks, beautiful whites. Mid-tones are absolutely fantastic. Sharpness is just fantastic as well. Like I said, does what it says. I mean, Canson have written all about it, and it does what they say it does. And it is truly an amazing paper. And I'm probably going to be using it quite a lot, I have to say. So there's a little bit of introduction on Fine Art Baryta. I hope that has perhaps inspired you to go and try some of this paper. Now, Canson do discovery packs, or their test packs, that have this paper in. So have a look on our website. I'll put a link in the description below to the papers and the test packs and things as well. But it's well worth a try, especially if you are trying to achieve that final kind of darkroom feel to your prints. This paper really does feel like a darkroom paper. It feels like a fibre-based darkroom paper. It really is that good. And I'm really, as you can probably tell, I'm very impressed with it, to be honest. I hope that's been useful, like I said, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will put all the links to the paper and bits in the description below. Now, don't forget, also, if you have subscribed to the channel, don't forget we release a new video every Thursday. So until next time, I'll see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.